right. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome back. We're here. Bryce Olumide is here. I'm standing in for Wendy in this relationship 360. So you'll join us very soon. And of course, we have Bryce Olumide as usual. Bryce, morning.
Good morning.
What a fantastic morning.
Ogava, yes. Thank you so much.
You're the Ogava.
Thank you so much for always being there to step in.
It's part of it.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for tuning in once again to Relationship 360, wherever you are all over the world. We do not take you for granted, and we really deeply appreciate you. So let me delve straight into the subject matter so that we can have time. We actually started very early. We have been talking about character traits to avoid while considering a choice for a spouse, and the main driver to this point is the fact that we have seen that relationships, especially marriage, is about character, not about tribe, not about religion. It is all about the character of the person, because the character of the person is who the person really is when no one is watching. They say, as a man thinks in his heart, so he is. So we have talked about, I've narrowed down the character traits that always lead to frustration and failures in marriage as a result of the culmination of about 24 years of cases, interventions. I found that people who have marital issues, almost every case of domestic violence or abuse, separations or divorces, are because someone married another who has one of these character traits or a combination as their predominant character trait. That is who they are. And the character traits are 1, the jealous; 2, proud; 3, stingy, selfish; 4, the jobless and lazy; 5, the liar; 6, the hot-tempered; 7, the malicious. So today we'll be talking about the 2 J's, jealous and jobless. And I would start very quickly with the jobless. Now, the word job is believed to have originally meant a piece of work. Cambridge defines the word job as the work a person does regularly to earn money. But the word job has evolved to mean temporary occupation, as one can have no permanent work but several jobs. So the word job is often used interchangeably with work. So you can ask, do you have a job, or where do you work? So let's talk briefly about the jobless. Job or work is as old as time, and those who believe the story of creation will see that even God Almighty, as sovereign, as powerful as He is, works, as He created the universe in 6 days and rested on the 7th. Now, synonyms for jobless are 1, unemployed; 2, out of work; 3, out of job and redundant. So I would go with the word unemployed. Unemployed means not having a paid job, not being employed. A person who is described as unemployed is typically a person who is out of work or looking for a job. So if you are looking for a job, means that you have the necessary education, skill, or talent to get a job. So we believe that an unemployed person who is looking for a job has the education, skill, or talent required to get the job, but does not have a job presently. Now, the question is, should an unemployed person marry? Should an unemployed person marry, both male and female? Now, when we are talking of unemployment, we are talking of both, not just the man, but also the woman. We've had several cases of women who borrowed their husbands' money to pay their bride price. to marry them, because the husbands will come with an excuse that, I did a business and the thing is lingering, but we like to get married, we plan to get married at this time, so if you could just borrow me, so when the business clicks I will refund the money. So the woman ends up borrowing the husband the money with which to marry her. And they think in their mind that this is the quality of a virtuous woman who gave the money to marry herself to the husband, inadvertently paying her own bride price. So the question is, should a man who is unemployed marry? So the reward for unemployment is seen as to get a job and not marriage. I wonder how families and religious organizations join jobless people together. We know a lot of people who are looking for a successful woman or a successful man to marry so that they can carry their financial blessing. Now, before I delve into, there is another variation to the unemployed, which is the unemployable. The Collins Dictionary defines someone who is unemployable as a person who does not have a job and is unlikely to get a job. Why? Because they do not have the education, skill, or talent, or the abilities that an employer might want. Dictionary.com defines an unemployable person as unsuitable for employment, unable to find or keep a job. Therefore, unemployable means a person who does not have the talent or education required to get a job. Now, another variance to this is a person who, because of their character, cannot keep a job, so they are unemployable and unsuitable for employment. I know someone who lost 4 jobs in 1 year. Each agency could not retain because of the content of their character, the way they talked to customers. They were very snappy. The guy was very snappy. There are even 4 of them. It was about 3 women and 1 guy, like that, 1 man. So they became unemployable, because if they want to get another job, the new job will ask for reference from the old job, and they always gave them that these people were terminated because they do not have the character to maintain customer relations. So they are unemployable because of their character. Now, work is not in future continuous tense, but in present tense. A man or woman must have a means of livelihood, a service they can provide, which is not in good looks or her body or any other thing except the brain with which she can render a service. If a person, a man, do not marry a woman who has no means of income, a woman, do not marry a man who has no job, no means of, you see, a job is where you go to earn a pay. You don't have to work for someone. You can also have something that you are doing. Even if it is braiding hair, selling ground, you must be doing something. I marvel at men that marry women that have nothing to offer but their beauty. No talent, no education, nothing to bring but their body, their hips, their lips, their fingertips, their breasts, their beauty. And tell you they are beautiful. And beauty is now the criteria for marriage, not productivity, not a job that they can do. Some would even have nothing and tell the men that unless you have this certain amount of money, you have a car, they cannot marry you, when they don't have what they are looking for. They don't have a car, they don't have an apartment, but we'll be telling the men, you have to have this, and the men will see them as suitable for marriage. What value do they bring? Even to their parents, or what is the use of their parents' name? Will you enjoy a connection because of their parents' name? They have nothing, no name, no skill, no talent, no education, nothing to offer but their bodies. And some gentlemen will find their way to make these women their wives, and after come to meet me that they are frustrated Men are absolutely funny. What they will say is, don't worry, I will set you up in business. But a woman you met doing nothing. You see, 1 billion naira times 0 is 0. You set up a business for a person you met doing nothing. No experience, no talent, and then after 2 years, you see that there is nothing, no income coming from the business. And I get that message a lot, that I spent 5 million naira to open this, to do this. At the end of the day, nothing. Why? Because you met her doing nothing. You cannot multiply 0. If the woman was selling pure water, at least you have something to invest in. You can invest in her and she will now start selling bottled water, or even have a factory that makes pure water. But you met her doing absolutely nothing. And then you keep pouring money in an empty hole. This is what happens. The moment something happens to the man's means of income, like the man loses his job or the country goes upside down, like Nigeria, you no longer are able to provide the way you used to provide. Now, this woman has nothing to offer but her body. So therefore, when you can no longer provide, you have a problem. What does she have? Her body. She would use this same body to go out and make an income. Then you start saying your wife is cheating because you can no longer provide. She met you and married you because of the agreement that you will provide for me, and I can do what I have to offer you is my body. So when a woman's contribution is her body, then nothing must happen to you, because that her body is what she would use to sustain herself, her children, or the house, or might even leave you. Secondly, I will go to the men. How women would go to men and see them as suitable for marriage when he has no job, only promises and empty words, and they will say he has prospects. Please, what does that mean? Work is not in future continuous tense. It is in present tense. Even if he is working as a security man. I used to sell wristwatches. I used to sell car engines. I used to sell shirts. When things were not, when I was still at that time fresh out of the university and things were not gelling, I would not just sit down. I sold petrol, I sold diesel. You need to be doing something. But the woman will say, hey, he has a lot of prospects. He has a lot of, he has vision. I don't understand what that means.
I didn't see that coming.
Will vision feed the house? Will prospects rent a house? Your value is by what you can provide, problems you are able to solve, which means to have value, you must have a skill, talent, or qualification that can be used, exchanged for money. Now, the question is, should someone who is jobless marry? Better still, can someone who does not earn an income marry? Should someone who has no skill, talent, or education marry? Let me go to those who are religious. Now, 1 Timothy 5:8 says, let me leave Timothy. Let us go to 2 Thessalonians 3:10. For even when we were with you, we commanded you this: if anyone will not work, neither should he eat. That means you don't deserve a meal if you are not working.
If you're not providing.
It is there in the Bible. Instead of praying for destiny helper, you go and get a job or learn a skill, learn a talent. If it is hairdressing, cutting of hair, every man must cut his hair at least in 2 weeks. I cut my hair every week, 4 times a month. Somebody comes to my house, it is, let me not say it's cheap, though. Let's say it is even 1,000 naira.
But some places there is more than that.
It's more than that. I don't want, before they think that somebody has money now. So,
Right.
let us say it is 1,000 naira. That guy makes in a month 4,000 naira from me, and that is just me. If he has 10 of me, that is 40,000 naira. Do you understand? He is earning something. He can give his wife 20,000 naira a month. 40,000 naira in 10 months is 400,000. You have to be doing something. For the woman, let us look at Proverbs 31:10. Who can find the virtuous wife? For her worth is far more than rubies. Verse 13 says, she seeks wool and flax and willingly works with her hands. Verse 16, she considers a field and buys it from her profit. That means she has a business that she's profiting from. So you cannot claim to be a virtuous woman and jobless. There is no virtue in joblessness. You must be working. The man too must be working. Or you have a business. The jobless always have many children. Do you understand? Because they have no vocation and are unable to offer any transaction but reproduction. So you have often poor families with the highest number of children. And they make those of us who work pay for their children's education and upkeep, because when they now start reproducing, they will start looking for the uncle to go, so that they can send this one to go and live with the uncle in the city. And the uncle will be exchanging, looking for, I will send this one to school. And after some time, you find out that their children are being used as house helps. The consequences of joblessness and the jobless when they marry is that they will look for people to train and educate their children for them, thereby becoming a liability to the others. Now, joblessness always leads to child trafficking. And guess what? In 2020, 160 million children worldwide were working. You will now reproduce to send your children to be working, to be feeding the parents. Look at the streets. You see children carrying, selling, taking whatever, at odd hours, 8 o'clock in 6, 7, 8 o'clock in traffic. You will see young children. And some people, oh my God, will be telling you, you know that child labor rates by the International Labour Organization in 2017 estimated that Nigeria ranked 10th in the world in child labor rates, with 29, that is 30% of our girls and 28% of our boys in child labor and trafficking.
That's high.
That is 2017. By 2022, it had doubled. You know that Nigeria currently has the highest rate of poor people in the world. We are struggling with India. If we have this year, then next year India will take over. Then the year after, Nigeria will take over again.
All the natural resources.
Why? Because they keep reproducing. There is some form of wonder that they tell jobless people that don't worry, if you have tried to get a job, if you have done this and it doesn't work, get married. There is a blessing in marriage that opens doors. First of all, this is not in any religious book. And then we now see all these children who they say they bring their blessings from. There's a Yoruba proverb that that is, the child brings the blessings that they will use to take care of it from heaven. So I have several children on the street who forgot theirs in heaven. So the man will now look at this child did not bring a blessing. Let us try another child. Whether that other child will bring a blessing. Then when the third child comes and probably something happens, they now name the child, like this was the one that opened the door to the... What kind of ridiculous text is that? That you keep encouraging jobless people. I married him, he didn't have a job. What does that mean? And then you have some men who will now disenfranchise the woman that is working. Tell her to stop working and stay home. A woman who stays home chooses her marriage over income, over ability, purpose, over virtue. You know that the first thing of a virtuous woman is work. So the moment you take work away from her means you have taken virtue. She is no longer virtuous. Do not marry a jobless person. Why? Because Proverbs 16:27 tells you idle hands are the devil's workshop. The last variation to this are those that say that God called them to be pastors so they cannot have secular work. They say they have heard a call and then they resign from their jobs because they want to follow what they call full time, knowing that there is no such thing in the Bible called full-time ministry. As the apostles were preaching, they were fishermen. Paul was a tent maker. He would work, eat. So if you say because you believe you heard the voice of God and you stop working, who is going to feed the children? If you stop working, then don't marry. But then they will tell you again, start quoting Thessalonians, that if someone desires the post of a bishop, he should be husband to one wife. Not knowing it was telling you that you cannot marry more than one wife. Not telling you that it is compulsory that you must marry. John the Baptist never married. Paul did not marry. Elijah did not marry. Elisha did not marry. Jeremiah did not marry. Daniel did not marry. Lydia, who started the church in Philippi, did not marry. Jesus Christ did not marry. It is, if you are not working, don't marry. Get a job. Some are jobless by religion, telling us that it was God that called, so they just resign from their jobs.
Ridiculous.
Look at this. John 5 says, my Father works, hitherto I work. This is Jesus telling you that God is working, hitherto he is working. So how can God, who is working, tell you who he calls to stop working? That is hypocrisy. Philippians 2 tells you God is at work in you to do his will. Then God, who is working, will not tell you to stop working. Jesus said, I must do the work, John 9, of him who sent me while it is day. So Jesus is working. Jesus calls you and now tells you to stop working. What kind of oxymoron is that? Bittersweet. Me work, you stop. I don't understand. The second variance to the jobless are the lazy. I have how many? Just 1 minute. All right. Now, lazy people, according to Oxford, lazy is defined as unwilling to work or use energy. Merriam-Webster defines lazy as disinclined to activity or exertion. Cambridge defines lazy as not willing or not wanting to work or use effort to do something. Longman Dictionary defines as not liking work or physical activity, not making any effort to do anything. Okay.
I'm just getting more interesting. Nice night for Bryce Unlimited in the building. It is Relationship 360. I'm standing for Wendy. Valentine is my name. Hopefully she will join us soon. Bryce Unlimited, welcome back. We had to take that long one, 9 minutes, but it is important. Obviously, remember your trail of thoughts.
In fact, I was just lost in thought. Before I go to lazy, let me still talk about this jobless. How you want to marry a man that has no home. He doesn't have an accommodation. And you think he is suitable to marry. As a woman, you are in your father's house. Or you have your own accommodation, but you want to marry someone. You see, before a man takes a woman out of the father's house, in quotes, he must have a house that he's taking her to. You can't bring something from somewhere and lead them nowhere.
No, but what if the woman has a house?
And then the man moves into the woman's house.
Sometimes
to me, it does not really make sense. There are some exceptions to that rule. There are some exceptions to the rule because we have some people who are wealthy by way of inheritance that probably in that house he won't have to pay rent. And just like instead of paying rent, this one, is free of charge. And you might, there are some exceptions to the rule. But the issue is the man must have a house that he's bringing her to. And then some women borrow the man money to rent a place to bring her to. So inadvertently, you, the woman, are paying for your own accommodation after marriage.
She still respect the man.
Who chose to marry the man in the first place? Marrying the man is the utmost respect. Why? Because you will change your name to his name. You will give your body, your soul. You would rear children for him. That's the utmost respect you can give to a man. Open up yourself, body, soul, and spirit to him. You will now bear his name as Mrs. And you say, well, How some even borrow them money to pay bride price. Then a lot of them will now marry and take you to family house because they have no accommodation. So you will be in that house with his mother, with his father, with his sister, with one brother and a cousin that is going. You share the kitchen. If he wants to marry, let him go and work. There is no hurry.
Even past 50?
If a man can be 50 years old without a job, should that even cross your mind in marriage? Should that even cross your mind that, oh, maybe he's... The only way those people get married is by prophecy.
Which is more like...
Where they will tell you God has said this is and it is always an arrangement. They arrange with the pastors. I told you someone who paid a prophet 15,000 naira to give a prophecy that this is your husband. I read to you the man who killed, the pastor who killed his, the woman married because God said through another pastor, the name of your husband is Nicholas.
That's absurd.
Where you abrogate your wisdom, your brains, and substitute it for tradition or religion, tears and frustration will be your end product.
And later they'll say from village.
Because the Bible already tells you wisdom is profitable to direct, which is telling you to move by wisdom, not by voice, not by prophecy. Move by wisdom. Let me go to the lazy one because I don't want to... okay, I have given you the definitions of lazy. Laziness is disinclined to do work because of the efforts involved. They do not just want to work. Now, here are some synonyms of lazy. Number 1, idle, indolent, slothful, shiftless, averse to activity, effort, or movement. Now, laziness begins with excuses. Too much talking, too much excuses. They give you reasons why they should not. So beware of people that talk too much and give a lot of excuses. Proverbs 14:23 tells you mere talk leads only to poverty. You cannot be mistakenly lazy. Laziness in itself is a character. There is no advantage or positivity in laziness. It doesn't have a good, some people will say, don't worry, we'll pray about it. I don't even understand. Now, there is a common misconception that people mistaken laziness as someone who is laying down on the couch. He doesn't go to work. He doesn't want to... Ladies and gentlemen, laziness in modern times has upgraded. Laziness now wears designer clothing. Prada, Gucci. Laziness goes out. Laziness in contemporary times even goes to work, has a job. However, laziness remains on the same level. It's averse to progress. They cannot take the initiative to progress. Whatever you need to do, whether to go and get another degree, a master's degree, to be promoted higher, they will not do. They are content with what they have. They cannot do the extra work. And they would look for colleagues that would do the work for them. And one thing about laziness is that it is contentious, it is malicious, and it is envious. They would always contend with those ones that are working. Fico, what's it now? Only una day here. Anything past first, that is after first, you want to carry another first. Is there any other position? So when you are reading, they will always come. Now only you. They are always taunting those who are working. They now start hating. You want everybody to notice you, that you are the one doing the job. You always, all this, you're doing work is notice me, because you want they always antagonize the people who are doing the job. They antagonize those who are reading to pass. Laziness cannot stand success. So when you marry someone who cannot handle your success, know where you are coming from.
There's something, having said this, I can't remember. Back in the days, they have this saying that say, misery loves company.
Oh, yes. Have you seen the people, when you get... don't let me start now. Misery loves, adores company. That is, they like others being... You can only relate to others who are like you. For example, you are busy, Val. Somebody cannot be sitting down and telling you how my mother is the cause of the problem when they were sending people to school. Listen, oh God, someone called into a show. I was in Ogun State and I went on a program and I spoke about this joblessness. And somebody called and said, you see, some of us, we come from a poor background. So what, this one that I'm talking about, joblessness, that, some of us are disadvantaged from birth. I said, really? So I said, are you married? He said, yes, I'm married, of course. I said, do you have a job? He said, no. I said, so who married you?
Wow.
You are not even supposed to be married. No wonder you can call on a program to say you are disadvantaged by birth. My father, late Ladejola Kayode Omoshebi, went to the University of Ife. Do you know how my father paid his tuition? He used to wash clothes.
Laundry.
He would wash his colleagues' clothes, wash people's clothes to pay for his tuition in the University of Ife. He studied history. He graduated, now had a job so that he could send us to school. You are complaining you are disadvantaged by birth. My father was. In fact, when he got to a time, my grandfather started considering maybe he would sell one place in the village, his farm, to send my father to school. My father said, don't worry. In fact, my father's older sister had a problem with that because of just one, because he's the first son, he's the second born. And the firstborn, who is a woman, just say, is it only him, this, that. My father just said, he shouldn't worry, went to school and he washed clothes to see himself through the University of Ife.
Determination at all costs.
Yes. So when you are telling me you are disadvantaged by birth, do you know what other people are? You say, I respect some people. They are called Igbo people. There is no job too small. They do it aggressively with a passion. While we are here, some of them have already opened their shops. So in Alaba, you see them carrying, there is no job too small. They dress, the person could have 3 houses. You see him in slippers, short knicker, carrying something in the market. Go and show me an Igbo man and be telling me that you don't have a job. Yorubas they are becoming an embarrassment. You sit down, you don't have jobs. Look at the Igbo man. He will walk around Lagos State, look for an opportunity, something that he will carry this to go and supply there. There is no job too small for them. And now you're asking me why they are prosperous. Why would they not be? Laziness. They will kill your productivity, discourage your initiative. And when you don't do what they want, they will frustrate, literally kill you. They slander you with words, backbiting. If you want to do something, you want to do masters, your husband will say, is it only kini kon? The wife will be complaining, when you now go to do this, is it only us that will be at home? This laziness will always kill your initiative. You want to marry a lazy person? They are the brothers of jobless people. Stay away from the jobless. I wonder those families that join jobless people in marriage, those religious organizations, you know that he has no job. She has nothing, no skill, no talent. She's unemployed, unemployable. How can you even have people in your congregation who are unemployable? They have no skill, talent, and they have nothing to offer but their bodies. And then when things go bad, you went to go and marry someone with nobody, especially the men. I think I will send her to school. You know, a lot of men who say, I will train her, send her to school. You want to take over the job of their father. At the end of the day, they now finish school and marry somebody else.
And then you start complaining.
You now start saying, but oh God, that is stay. You see, jobless. I don't have time to go to the jealous. Jobless people are not candidates, even passerbys for marriage. You cannot. When I tell you, marry within your social class. If you are working, marry someone who is working. If you are jobless, stay in your father's house.
Or someone who is jobless and he wants to, or he or she wants to jump into marriage, you think there's some blessing that might come with it?
Where is that doctrine from? Another lazy person gave them that idea. Somebody who is jobless will give them that idea. Will you give your daughter, Val, to someone who has no job?
Of course
Nobody
not.
who is working or in their right mind will give your daughter to someone who is jobless. Or when my son brings home somebody, I will ask, what does she do? She doesn't have a job. You can go ahead, but I'm not coming. I won't even argue with any child. Just know that I'm not coming. You know that some would disapprove but attend the wedding. I would disapprove, and that wedding day I will be playing basketball.
It's a recipe for disaster.
Because then you will come to me. I will now bear it's not even possible. I'll now bear you when you now have problems. You now come to me. It's not possible now. Stay away from this. Let's go to the phone lines.
All right, I've just been listening and enjoying what you're saying, and it's making a lot of sense right there, Barrister Olumide. I must say,
you know, I have a case. The wife has been paying this man's salary since she married. Every end of because the guy has not. They've been married. Is going to 17 years. She pays him every month. She's the one that buys shoes, clothes. The guy will come. He has this idea. The wife will go and borrow money. He will squander the money. He's traveled to Dubai twice on the wife. The wife went to borrow 5 million naira. He went to Dubai with a business idea, came back, and it didn't work out. Okay, where the money now? There you go.
Money gone.
Money gone. Guess what? On the 5th year, the money that he was using, 6th year, the money that she will give him every month so that he will not be depressed, so that according to all those excuses she gave, that same money she was giving him, he went to use to marry another woman.
That's wickedness, really.
She now found out after, because she had delayed childbirth, she got pregnant about 6 years after marriage. She now found out that same year she got pregnant and delivered, 2 months apart, the man had another child from the woman he had secretly married. Do you understand?
Wow. Why not just open up and say, just end it instead of...
No, the problem here is that she is his meal ticket. Okay, let us go.
99.3 Nigeria Info. The phone lines are officially open, but we still have like 4 more minutes to ads. I could have said let's hold on to phone lines and then after ads we'll come back.
Yeah, let's just be using everything.
Okay,
we just enter the...
All right, so 0201-2770-993. That is the mail line. The ladies, you can call 0201-465-7190. Barrister Olumide is here to answer all your questions. It is Relationship 360. I'm standing in for one day. We have 5 minutes to our ads, but let us answer 1 or 2 calls, right, before we jump to the ads. Hello, 99.3. Hello, 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Good morning.
Good morning. What's your name and where you calling from, please? Okay, so Barrister is here. 1 minute, please.
Okay. Go ahead.
Okay, 1 minute. Yes.
Go into marriage for the wrong reasons, and I think especially the upcoming ones that are about going into marriage now, I think they should learn from the older ones that have gone into it and their life never remained the same again. Because marriage is a lifetime event. Once you are in, it will either make or mar your future. So you need to be careful.
Thank you.
Look.
Thank you very much.
Thank you because of time.
Thank you very much for listening. Yeah, please go ahead.
All right. So you want to respond to that?
Yeah, he just was supporting our claim. Thank you.
Can we answer one more for the ads? Or okay, let's answer one more. Hello, 99.3. Hello. Good morning.
Good morning. Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Want to marry, and a woman of my man should make sure there's a roof over that man's head. I don't mean the man should own a house, but that roof covers a lot. But some will say God will provide. In what chapter did God provide for the man that is not working? Even though you fast from January 1st to God at the first, if you don't work, you will not eat. And the
Hello.
Wow.
We lost him.
I think we lost that.
We lost him. Well, but I think he made a point.
Yeah.
There. To answer one more before we go on that break.
Please.
Okay. Hello, 99.3 Nigeria Info. Please call us back if you're missing the
I've
lines.
not heard any woman yet.
Women, they're taking the time to ingest what you've said.
Okay.
0201-2770-993. Give us a call. Another call is coming through.
Ingest it with pepper soup.
Pepper soup. Hello, 99.3.
Good morning. Thank you. Thank you, ma. Can you reduce the volume of your radio and quickly go ahead, ma?
40 seconds, please.
Okay, please hurry up. We're about to go on that.
The first time call, I'm very interested in your work. You are doing a nice work.
Thank you, ma. Thank you, ma.
My friend, was working in a banking industry. But the woman is a teacher. So but later when the husband work will stop, the husband stop doing anything. He will sit at home. The woman will be taking care of everything, train the children for university. What can we call that type? Is it laziness or what?
Okay, we're going on a break now. I would answer immediately we get back.
50 seconds. When we come back.
50
right?
seconds.
Oh, no, you can just say something.
Okay, see, ma, the problem is this. Oh, she's dropped. It is still joblessness when a man refuses, whether he had a job before. Past participle is not future continuous. I used to do it before, no be property. How can you be sitting down and you have children going to school? They will eat, you sit down and you watch them. It's still joblessness. Stop. In fact, you have to stop reproducing in joblessness. He has no job. You are giving him children. You have not eaten. You are bringing children into hunger. You cannot be reproducing in poverty. You cannot be reproducing when there is no food. What are you bringing them into the world for when you can't feed them? We'll be right back, right?
Well, we'll be right back. It's interesting. All the phone lines are buzzing. But very quickly, before we jump off in another 20 seconds, you want to say something else before we...
Yes.
Please go ahead.
Don't reproduce. You have not eaten. You don't even have a house to stay. You are bringing children to live where?
Let's go on that break. We'll be right back. 99.3 Nigerian Info back. Still 99.3 Nigerian Info. Welcome back. Welcome back. Hopefully, you're with us. I know you're with us. We are still doing the wonderful show that you know, which is Relationship 360. Barrister Olumide is here. Barrister, before we went on that break, we were
addressing that issue where he was working before, after lost his job, then decided to sit at home. It is still joblessness. You are not making an effort. If the woman sees you going out, maybe carrying your CV, if the CV is not working, go and get a skill or talent. There's a lady we were helping about 4 years ago. She'll be calling me, her son went to Kwara State Poly or something in Kwara, and she will call me that because the husband was redundant. And after some time, I couldn't be sending 10,000, 5,000, after some, because it's not my own son. I just said, you know what? When I told her to come over, I bought a clipper and gave to her. That give your son this clipper to learn how to cut hair in Kwara so that he can be making money. If he's good, students will come to him. Do you know that guy barbed his way through the university?
And developed a skill.
He developed that skill. So if a child could use this barbing, you sit down in the house doing nothing, even if it is barbing, even if it is go and get a skill, go and get a talent, go and facilitate transactions. Go to the marketplace, see what you can. There's a woman that sweeps on my street. They employed her almost 20 years ago. After sweeping on the street, she now brought her daughter along. Then they will go into your houses if you want them to sweep your compound, clean the gutters. Now every house, maybe she's collecting 10,000 and we have almost 15 houses. That's already 150,000 a month. And I saw that when you want to tell this woman that she's old, she'll say no. That's what he used to pay the children's school. Now the children have come to take over that role, and they are also. Do you understand? You can't tell me that you will not find something to do. So if something happens to this woman who is teaching now, so the children will they will die. They won't eat.
Let's hold your thoughts.
Let's go there.
99.3 Nigerian Info. Barrister Olumide is giving you guys full throttle 8 cylinders, or let's say 12 cylinders running. Okay, so WhatsApp lines, for those of you who don't know, 0809-5975-805. Should read one or two messages here. This one here says, good morning, Barrister Olumide and Chief Val. I'm not the chief though, but I'm just Valentine. It says, my question is, what happens in situations where the woman was working before the man married her and continued working for 1 year into their marriage, but, there's a but now, but has now decided not to work? The excuse being that she wants to stay at home to take care of their 1-year-old baby. What does the man do in this situation?
She refused to work, then the whole institution of marriage cannot work.
Okay.
It is simple. First of all, the man should stop reproducing. Not that with that now, you say, oh, he doesn't agree, oh, you must work. Next thing, she's pregnant again. You must work, next thing, she has the third child. No, everything must pause because you have to work. Nobody, I met you while working. We now marry, you now say you wouldn't work. No, it cannot work.
Okay, another one here.
And I think this is a discussion everybody should have before they get married. That listen, I met you working, you are going to work. I am going to work as a woman. I'm not going to give up my job for marriage. Because if anything happens to you, what will not happen to me?
Okay, so this one says, good morning, Barrister. With due respect, being a jobless, I'm sure the person mistakenly omitted something there. Being a jobless person is not by tribe. If you want to see lazy, this is kind of funny. It says, if you want to see lazy Igbo man, visit their village. Their wives work for them to eat. It says, no food for lazy man.
It's not
for
only,
lazy hand.
It's not even only that. You go to the well, it's a fact. You go to, where is this, Benin? You go all the way down to what's it called, Akwa Ibom. That you have women working while men are. But here in Lagos, so you have very few jobless Igbo men that are just sitting down and parading. In Lagos State, for you to be jobless where everybody is traveling in, moving in to find work, and you just sit down in the house and you let your wife be working. No. They should be driven out of Lagos State. Yes, go back to the village.
Okay, so another one here says, good morning, Barrister and Valentine. With the way house rent is skyrocketing, if a man sees his mother's house where he is given an apartment, I see nothing. I'm sure he meant to say the man stays
in his mother's house,
yes.
With his mother, with his cousin, with everybody living together in the same flat. You understand? Sharing the same kitchen. Don't you think that is an invitation for strife? Then you work to go and rent a house. You don't have to rent a 5-bedroom flat.
But the guy says he sees nothing bad in it.
You can go ahead. But definitely, I will not be recommending any woman that is, a man is already telling you that there's a reason you should stay in the family house.
Okay, another one here says, good morning, amiable Barrister and Wendy. Yes, Wendy is on her way here, but she's not here yet. What do you advise? I have a fiance. I am about to get married too, but I have obtained the marriage list and it's costing me 500k, which I can readily afford. However, my hands are tied as according to tradition. I am to make provision for food, drinks, etc., which cost at least another 500k, and this I don't have right now. He goes on to say, there's more. He says, okay, it is out of place for me to ask my fiance for some financial support to enable me cater for the feeding, drinks, and we get the point. It's a long thing.
So let me tell you, this is just very simple. What I did is simple. I will not say because I want to marry a woman, my life should come to a complete halt. I know someone who did marriage and was paying the money he borrowed for 4 years after the marriage. Because they made him buy this, they made him buy that, they made him buy this, they made him buy that, and they forgot that after the marriage, he will eat. The wife will give birth to a child. Listen, if it is 800,000 naira you have, 500,000 naira, give it to the woman. This is what I have. So let your family be guided. Poor people also marry. They don't give poor people all this, but because they look at you, and they start, and that is one thing. If you cannot do traditional marriage, go to the registry. the court registry. I don't think you will spend 60,000 naira to marry in the registry. First of all, go and do it's not compulsory, but some people hold traditional marriage. No, you must travel to my village. Now, some people want to travel. Last month, they kidnapped one. And he was asking, I said, I'm not traveling anywhere. Now there is a guest who was kidnapped. Who is going to pay for that? Who is going to pay the ransom? If that person is later killed, your wedding would have been the cause of because some people insisted you must travel down. Everybody has to be very, very considerate in this economy. I will give you, this is what I have. If it is a family that now wants to add, then let her go and add the money there. There's no shame there, because I will tell, this is what I have. This is my account. Look at my account. I want to marry you. But if I am unable to, I want to buy a Ferrari. If I'm unable to afford the Ferrari, I will just go back to my normal car now. Nobody should put anybody under pressure because of marriage.
Well, somebody just sent a message here. It says, should we take this? This is in Goodwill. It says, what about let's leave this message and go to
let's go to phone call. Thank you, sir.
Because this person didn't really sound as if he or she is serious. Hello, 99.3 Nigeria Info. Good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Good morning, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Go ahead, Ben. Barrister is here. Listen to you.
Barrister, let me speak to my own constituency because of what you are discussing this morning. You see, the testimonies we give in church, some of them encourage some of these indolences or habits. When somebody said, I'm married with nothing, you see, for the fact that something happened by circumstances or by chance, it should not become a doctrine or a myth that people should establish to a point where today we have put a lot of people's life on hold because of this kind of thing. To the extent that when you join two people together who you know fully well that one of them is outrightly lazy in the name of spirituality. So for me, our constituency where I belong, which is
Pastor Ladipo, you have 1 minute. Thank you, sir. Thank you. You see, the funny thing about this, their testimonies, when I hear, I laugh. Now, a lot of people who married men that have nothing, when the men now had something, the men now left them for something better. You are what they could afford when they had nothing. Now they have something, they can do better. So many, those testimonies far outweigh those that you come and say, you are what they could afford. You are what they could afford at that time. Then suddenly the man now becomes a special advisor, or becomes, next thing you start running after him, and he's saying, with this woman, I gave him when he had nothing. That is what they always say. So you can never trust the choice of a poor man. Do you understand? You can never trust the loyalty of a poor man, because you are his means of livelihood, either by marriage, you can never. Everybody is greeting you now because we are still hungry. When everybody is all right, money brings out the true character of a man. When he can now afford his vices, when he can afford his anger, when he can afford his temperament. But when he doesn't have, you are all he could afford.
He'll be loyal to the fault.
He will be loyal. Oh, I trust him. Let him have money. Let her have money. Then you will know who you married.
We have more calls, Barrister. In fact, the WhatsApp line is already loaded. And calls, which one do you want us to take?
Maybe 33.
33. Okay, so let's one more call here, then go to WhatsApp again. Hello, 99.3 Nigeria Info. Hello. Hello, can you hear us? What's your name and where are you calling from?
Good morning, ma'am.
Morning. Barrister Olumide is here listening to
you. All right, go ahead, please.
Okay. I came to know about the situation my elder brother, and since then it has been of great help to me. Okay, I want to ask a question. a situation whereby the man in question is doing something.
You have a minute, or you have to hurry up, man.
He's doing something, but he actually doesn't want to provide for his children. Yeah, like he doesn't want to pay the school fees.
So what they call that is stingy. A man who is unwilling to give, unwilling to take responsibility, is a stingy man. And that is what one of the 7 character traits I told you you cannot marry. How can you have children and you have the money to pay for their school fees, to feed them, but you simply would refuse? If it is 30,000, you say, it's 3,000 I have, but you have. Stinginess is unwilling to give. Stingy people cannot love, because the very character of love is to give. For God so loved the world that he gave. You cannot love someone and have what the person needs and refuse to give. So stingy people never love, they only cohabit with you. So you cannot live with a stingy man. You cannot live with a stingy man. Stop giving birth to. How many children does the person have? I know that it is you. I know. Aha.
Wow.
The family. Can you imagine the family you married into? Can you imagine the family you married into that would tell you, the woman, to go and hustle to take care of the... Let me give you something. Have you heard of Proverbs 23, 6-8? Okay, let me read it for you. Do not eat the bread of a stingy man. Do not desire his delicacies, for he is keeping track inwardly, counting the cost. Eat and drink, he says to you, but his heart is not with you. Now, do not eat the bread of a stingy man. Do not desire his delicacies. One of his delicacies is marriage. The Bible already tells you, do not desire his delicacies. Do not desire a marriage proposal from a stingy man. Now, a stingy man is what you will know. They cannot hide it. So I'm happy for you that you are out of it. How many children do you have, ma?
I have 3 girls, and I think that's why the family.
So what are girls? The best child I have is my daughter. Respect to my sons. But the way my daughter takes care of me, all the quite serious.
Equally blessing.
Well done, ma.
Equal blessing, I meant to say.
Don't worry, you did well. Go ahead. Bye, ma. All right. Oh, wow. Don't worry. You know, my wife also had 3 children before I married her. She was from another marriage, and I also had a son. So together, when we got married, we have 4 children, as in on the same day. As we said, we have 4 children.
Super blessing.
Oh, yes. She was married for 8 years. She almost died in her marriage. She separated. I met her 15 years after she left the first marriage, fell in love with her, and I married her with those 3 children are my children. Nobody can even, nobody can contest. Those 3 children, no, but not me, but I only met them after, but they were mine from the very beginning.
Way to go.
All right. I wish you all the best.
All right. Thank you.
You too.
All right, bye. So we have more calls coming through.
Let's go.
Hello, 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Please turn down the volume of your radio set so that we can hear you.
Yes, I've turned it off.
Okay, please, you have 1 minute.
Good morning, Madam Inkem.
You said we shouldn't marry a lazy person. I want to know if this laziness of a thing, does it not have any cure? Like, the person
Okay, this is funny.
Are you the unchanging changer? Are you the one that changes lazy men to hardworking men? Have you changed anybody before?
No, I'm just trying to learn. Like, what I'm planning to myself is And if I see a person, like if I see a person now doing nothing, maybe I will just put something for the person to have doing. So if I see that person, the first time, if I see that person, that I open the business for the person, but the person squander all the money, like the person is not serious, I will not do it to any other.
Please, madam, just hold on. So you are telling me that you will be opening businesses for lazy men all around Lagos State? Eh? Are you?
I'm calling a male line.
Hey, don't worry. You are a what?
I'm a guy, sir.
You are a man.
Yes.
Okay. First of all, my blood pressure just BP me call 50%. So you want to start opening businesses for lazy women in Lagos State, so that you will become an empowerment scheme.
No, I don't say that I will first open a business for the person. So now if the person is serious.
Sir, go and find somebody who is working. Would you have that much money? Come and support us. If we are working, we are very hard working.
And we need the support.
I was just having it in mind.
No. Hey. Don't do it, oh. Don't do it. Thank you. And please support us. So here we are working.
More calls coming through. Or do we go to the WhatsApp line?
I almost thought it was a woman.
Honestly,
you see the look on our faces.
I was going to say, wow, this woman was
no, men will just start looking for her all over.
Immediately he just had to
invest in me. I am very profitable.
This one here on WhatsApp. So it says that's Aziz. Okay, this one is not heading towards our angle. It says good morning, barrister. Sorry to deviate. Please, I want to ask for clarity. Okay, my spouse and I have the same son name. When we get married, can we still maintain the same son name?
Which name are you going to use before? You will use your name, or if you want to, you can make a compound name.
But that's a rare one.
But yeah, it's rare. Well, it doesn't matter. Yeah, so it even gives you hey God, let me not say anything.
Okay, this one now, this person is actually attacking you. So read it.
Read it.
It says, barrister, why is it that your teachings always favor the women, sir? You give preferential treatment to women in almost all your topics. Why is it that? Why? He ended by saying, why is it always like that? Now, wow.
I think he has been listening to another radio station.
I don't know, but then
because I mentioned both male and female. Exactly. However, all through time, women have been at the highest. Last year, we lost over 400 women in this country to domestic violence and abuse, and we lost not up to 100 men. So, if you want to save, will you save the people that need saving or people who can handle? It's only the sick you will go after. Women have always had it worse. So that's not even
another issue to tackle for now. Okay, phone lines. Hello, 99.3. Hello.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from? All right. Did you say Godman?
Came on air. And you said something that really shocked me, so I wanted you to clarify. You said love is a chemical, something like that.
Yes.
And I was shocked.
You have 30 seconds.
Because I think there's a difference between a job and a work.
Sir, take whichever definition you want. You understand? Come again. So your definition of job and work is what Jesus did. Hello, sir. Your definition of job and work is what Jesus did. Is that your definition? So are we to define English language by what Jesus did? Yes. Oh God, please, I don't involve myself in all this religious, what God has called you to do. So what I am doing now, what am I doing, sir? What am I doing now? So what is my job, sir? What is my job, sir? What is my job, sir? Please, let's end this. I don't want some people to come and start confusing people.
Right,
what does it? So what if I'm not a Christian? Is it that I can't have a job? If I'm not a Christian, it means I can't have a job. You don't know the difference between purpose. When you're talking about purpose, you are referring to work and job. Please don't confuse yourself with this religious rhetoric. Please, I should go and make a research based on what Jesus was doing when God called him. Mr. Val, please, let's go to another call.
All right, thank you, my friend. Thank you.
There are people who are Muslims here. There are people who are Buddhists listening, people who are Muslims, people who belong to other religions. You cannot qualify English language because of your own religion. In whatever you believe. Don't bring that rhetoric here. You're telling me my work, okay, this is my work, Abi. He said work is what you get paid for. Do I get paid? Am I getting a salary? No. I handle cases free of charge.
Pro bono.
Pro bono. I don't collect money, and you're saying this is my work. I'm not paid.
He hasn't done his research.
By his own definition, he has already disqualified, so I'm jobless. What are you talking about? When Jesus, when he wanted to, please don't bring that religious rhetoric here, please.
99.3 Nigeria Info, where you call in, let's stick with what we're discussing so that we can get the best. But then again, like they say, whichever you bring on the table, is more than capable of handling.
So he talked about love. I said love is a hormone. Yes. It's called oxytocin. It's a hormone, a neurotransmitter involved in,
we have 30 seconds.
Oh God. Okay. Let me go. Let me.
But just your small thoughts before we jump on the break.
I don't even. This guy. My thought process gone. He has just.
All right. Let's take that quick break. We'll be right back. 99.3 Nigeria Info 360, and welcome back. Still Relationship 360. We still have Bryce Olumide. Obviously, piloting the show. I know you're itching to say a lot.
The problem we have are people with this kind of religious rhetoric. Now we are talking about joblessness. That don't marry someone without a job, work, and income, and someone calls in to say job was what Jesus was doing. Then God called him to do work. So what he is trying to tell us is that if you have a job and God calls you, you leave the job to go and do your work. He now said, I should go and do research. Now let us look at the definition of work. The Collins Dictionary says physical or mental effort directed towards doing or making something. Oxford Dictionary says the job that a person does, especially in order to earn money. That is the English definition. We are not coming here to talk about your religious definition. We are talking about somebody having a job, a piece of work, something he can do to raise a family. And you are coming here telling us that Jesus, the work is what God has called you to do. What does that mean? Is that, look at where Nigeria is. Instead of raising hardworking people, we are now raising spiritualists where churches are more than schools. Industries are closing down. And you are giving your own definition of work as what God has called you to do. Val, are you working? Is this your work? Is this your job? What kind of, what are you trying to confuse yourself? And these are people that will be teaching other people.
Okay, very quickly, I know that last caller obviously opened some can that you have to respond to very quickly. But let's just jump into this WhatsApp line here. This one here says, good morning, Mr. Val and my learned friend, Barrister Olumide. I got married at the time I did. I don't know what I was trying to say. Okay, says I got married at the time I did, right? Because I was prepared, and the mother and my children also had a job. Mother and children had a job. Was the child working? I don't know. A man and woman must have a job. If not, stay off marriage. Anthony Kendi,
Thank you. Please listen to people like that. They're telling you that it is the work that God called you that will now pay your. So when you leave your job, according to his definition, you leave where you are earning. You now go and start like Jesus left carpentry and now started. So what will feed your children?
Another one here says, please, I want to ask, if a man is trying as much as possible find himself a job, yet he doesn't get it, is that man still jobless?
Does he have a job is the question. How can you be saying you are trying to eat? So because you try to eat, does that mean you have eaten? You are trying to find food, does that mean you have eaten?
Okay, this one says, good morning, sir. Barrister, how about the situation whereby you have put all your money in a business and it doesn't work properly, right? And ends up not being successful. Is it still right to still go ahead to marry the woman who has waiting for you to marry her?
You put all your money, that means you had some money, you put all your money in a business, it didn't work. Then what do? You stop work, you stop trying, you can't get that. If you invest in, a lot of people had to find work because their businesses did not work. It failed. But you get up and you do something, you must have a means of income. Marriage is not you see the way they are carrying marriage as if it is a must. You can be patient so that you can feed someone. The first thing that made me it was at 42. I had a house. I know that accommodation is settled. You can't marry somebody you don't even have a place to say. You say you promised. Promised what? Is it a promise to poverty? Promise to injure somebody without food and.
This one here says, I love my man, but I am worried that society is putting too much pressure on him. If he chooses to propose right now, and I know that I'm the one supporting him, should I say yes?
Should I say yes? Should I say no? Madam, if he is not able, okay, let me put it this way. If he doesn't have an income.
But he says, but he works very hard.
There is a difference. Have you seen a laborer before? Carrying cement, those are hard-working people. There are two kinds of jobs you would do. The education makes you work more with the brain. The labor, skilled labor, makes you work with your hands. Like a sculptor, a bricklayer, a mechanic, all those, they work with their hands. So when you say hardworking, well, you can carry all the bricks in the world, but can you support a family? Is he able to support a family? Number one, accommodation. The man must have a house to take you in.
Okay, let's see this caller here. Towards the same line of thought with you. Hello, 99.3. Hello. Yes, hello. Good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Sunday.
Okay, Sunday, where are you calling from?
I'm calling from America.
All right, so you have just 40 seconds. Sunday, what do you want to say? Barrister Limited is here.
Yes, sir.
Because you've been preaching to them and they refuse to listen. That's always my word. Because at times when they realize their mistake, they need to blame themselves. Because some of them, they are desperately in need of a beauty of a woman that doesn't have something to do, and as well as a man that doesn't have something to do. When they come together and you discover that their marriage is frustrated and then quarreling and fighting. And then the other area I want to explain things to you, that is this registering something. Like in my place, if you don't go to the good families,
because of
sir, you have.
Can we speed up because of time?
Right. Then you don't have respect. And
Hello. I think he had dropped the line.
It's I don't understand.
I think he was talking about maybe you call us back.
Traditional marriage does not mean you have to slaughter the person traditionally. Do you understand? When I have 500,000 naira to marry, this is what we have. Let everybody cut their coat according to the material.
What about this one? If they really love them and they want them to get married, to become one, why don't people come and support them? Those who come for the wedding.
Yeah, you see all these, some people will come. There was one bridal list they gave us, 2 Okadas, 3 grinding machine. Kinikoki was just ridiculous. Even the mother of my uncle, all of us walked out of the, what do you mean? 3 grinding machine. 2 Okada, they say is the peer group. It is this one group. It is that one group. Okay, you want to reap where they did not sow.
More calls for you.
Yeah, just one more call. So
Hello, 99.3 Nigeria Info. Good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from? Nenna. All right.
Nenna.
Where are you calling from, Nenna?
Yes, ma'am. Go ahead.
When they tell you that Jesus this, Jesus that, and we are battling with something like that now. See, I tell them, Jesus had their disciples had a purse. Were they armed robbers? Were they not working and putting money, the one that Judas Iscariot was holding? Do you understand? So they were tent makers, carpenters. They were probably making a canoe and all that, and fishermen. So what were they waiting for? Tithes and offerings.
Thank you very much, man. You know I'm jobless. I don't have work. So, I don't have work because I don't know. Is this what God called me to do?
Obviously, I've been listening.
Madam Nena. Madam Nena.
Madam Nena has been listening.
Madam Nena. As a jobless man, I cannot comment on that. But don't marry a jobless man like me. So, thank you very much, everyone. I have to go. Sorry about the humor. It was intended. Thank you very much for listening. It will do you well to listen and be cautious. Be cautious. In Yoruba, they say, Ajatoba masonu ni ongboferi olode. The dog that will get missing is that does not listen to the hunter's whistle. So every third Saturday is the Purple Curtain at 14 Ogunlano Drive, Surulere. The Purple Curtain is a program where I come live from 12 noon to 3 p.m. where you can ask me all your questions in person. You will meet me live, and especially for those going through some form of abuse or who are about to make some very interesting decisions in their lives, they might want to ask me. That is the only place where you would get me free of charge. I would answer questions from 12 to 3. It is at number 14 Ogunlano Drive, Surulere, and it will be next Saturday. Every third Saturday of the month. That will be next Saturday. So please, make it a date. Come. It's always, you will hear things you've not heard before. Believe me, it's always an experience, at times very, very deep, intense feelings at that meeting. It's always something else. So please come. Welcome, single, married, divorced, widow, everybody, just come. You need to know, you need to understand, need to have some knowledge, and then you can ask me your questions directly in person. Secondly, my book, Just Before You Say I Do, that is the title of my book, will be launched on the 27th of this month at the event hall of St. Jude's Anglican Church. That is at 17 Idowu Akindele Crescent, Magodo Phase 2. I would repeat that, at the event hall of St. Jude's Anglican Church, 17 Idowu Akindele Crescent, Magodo Phase 2, at 2 p.m. That is 2 Saturdays from now. This book contains some of the things like these 7 character traits not to marry. What I discussed with you today, the jobless, the lazy, are in that book. This contains about 24 years of experience. That is my experience in the field, summarized in this book. Why marriages are failing and character traits, the 7 character traits not to marry. I can guarantee you, especially those who are yet to decide, or those who are dating, if you keep the words in it, it will reduce the probability of your failure in marriage. I can beat my chest on it. Those who are married, facing challenges, will now understand what mistakes they may have made and why this exists. You need to buy this book, and you can join me there on that day. We have 1,000 copies. It will be launched, and for those who want to pre-order the book, that is, they want to have it before it is launched, you can also reach out to me, or you can visit our website at gnosishelp.org. Gnosis Help is GNOSIS help, gnosishelp.org, and you can give a pre-order. Now the pre-order comes with gift items and the book personally autographed by me to you. It will come before the launch date. Those that, some people have already done that. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to also launch this book with me, that is, those of you that may believe that what I have been doing has been helpful to you, and that day, you want to come support me in the launch, that, okay, I want to launch this book with 1 million naira, want to launch this book with 800,000 naira. That is how they launch a book. Someone would buy the book for more than it's worth. It's not more than it's worth in, like that, but more than it is sold. And if you would like to do that, reach out to me so I give you a special invite. Those that might want to, please, if you want to launch with me on that day, please reach out to me so that I give you a special invite. And also for those that might want to buy the book, you can come there. I'm not giving, we're not giving an agent or a store so to get the book, you would have to reach out to me directly on that day. For religious organizations, for traditional organizations, from Oloriebis, for their children and grandchildren, fathers and mothers, you need to get this book to avoid issues for your children in future. It is very important. I have 1,000 copies on that day that will be there. You need to come and join me there. You would meet me in person, and those that might also want me to sign their books. It will be a very good social where you can meet me. Some people say I'm coming to take a picture. Yes, I will be there. We will take pictures together, and then those that want me to audit, that is, autograph the books for them.
Most definitely.
Join me again at number 17 Idowu Akindele Crescent, Magodo Phase 2 at 2 p.m. It is the event hall of St. Jude's Anglican Church on the 27th of this month. That is 2 Saturdays from now. So to pre-order, please just let me know.
Very quickly, someone's asking phone numbers to call you that.
I forgot because I don't have work. So the number to reach me on 0909 3214-942. 0909 3214-942.
Any social media handle?
Yes, you can. Olumide Omoshebi on Facebook. Also, Barrister Olumide on Facebook. The Gnosis Help Initiative on Facebook. Then BAR, that is BARR _Olumide _Omoshebi on Instagram. Just my full name with underscores before. BAR, that's Barrister, but BARR _Olumide _Omoshebi on Instagram. On my Facebook page, you would see the invite, the book, and the date and the address. Everything is there on my Facebook and Instagram pages, so you can make it a date. Let that day be full. Come, let's get this 1,000. And for those in diaspora, please also, you can, we're going to see how we can load that book and what do they call it? Is it e-book? Then there's with RSVP as well on. If you can get to my Instagram or Facebook pages, you would see all this information there, so that easy for you to order. I have 2 people from abroad that have already sent their. One sent the father, the other sent. Thank you very much. I really appreciate. You have to have this book. And then, you know, a lot of pressure had been on me for 2 years. You have to write it, but you have to, this is it. Another one will be coming out by February, by God's grace, which will be fallacies of marriage. So we break all that nonsense in marriage. So do we have any minutes to go?
We still have 1 more minute to spare, but even at that, everything has been said for now. Hopefully, next week Saturday, you guys will tune in to follow through with Barrister Limited. Most definitely one will also be here. Any final words before we get out of the studio?
Well, yes.
Okay.
No.
None. Okay.
Can we take a call or something?
Okay, let's take a call. Before we take that call, someone just put some smile on your face. Someone asked a question here on WhatsApp. Says, "Sir, my able barrister, what of?" I'm sure this person is a comedian. He says, "What of people who do crypto and forex trading?
Do they have?
Can it be considered as a job too?"
I don't know. If it is legitimate and it pays your bills,
right,
that is a job that is legitimate and it pays your bills.
Okay, so let's answer this.
That you marry, EFCC will now be knocking
knock on your door and tell you didn't for marriage. All right. Hello, 99.3. One last call for you. Barrister Limited. Hello.
Good morning.
What's the name and where are you calling from? Okay, make it very quickly. 20 seconds, but we have to go on the break in the next 1 minute.
And work those people are religious in ignorance.
Is ignorance. I agree with you. We can't hear you well. There's something that happened. Sorry. Yes, I agree with you, sir.
1 more minute.
Something happened
one more minute
for me.
Yes.
Do you know last week Saturday was my wedding anniversary?
Wow.
And I forgot because I forgot because I was jobless.
Yeah, because you're jobless.
I was here and I got married at Yaba local government council.
Okay,
is he still there?
So
happy. Well, my wife considers the traditional as the marriage. She doesn't celebrate the one we did at her. But I got legally married last week Saturday, and I want to appreciate my wife for making this job easy for me.
Okay, you guys have heard Barrister. We'll take this break, which means we're done for the show.
We're done for the show.
All right. Okay, so until next week Saturday, see me talking so fast. What can I say? I enjoyed it with you, Barrister, no doubt.
Thank you. Thank you, Val. Thank you for stepping in.
All right, so stay strong, stay blessed until next week Saturday. You will catch up with Barrister Olumide and Wendy on relationship.